Hey guys, it's me Kate again. So this video is my book for the summer reading challenge TBRs. So let's go. So this is a reading challenge hosted by Carols with Cassidy and they last for the summer. I believe July 1st to August 31st, and I have everything written down here. So first I'll go through the prompts and then through challenges. I didn't write down what are prompts and what are challenges. Wrote down what are prompts, what are challenges. So bear with me, but I'll leave the announcement video down below, and you'll have everything there. First, we have an arranged link turned more. For that, I'll be rereading One Dark Window by Rachel Gilling, in which we're following Elspeth, who got this illness, which basically either you die or get a special power, and she survived, but the only thing she got was a monster in her head. And basically, one day, while on her uncle's estate, she bumps into a group of highwaymen who are trying to collect these provenance cards, who are like tarot cards but with powers, and so goes from there. We have a Lost and Found Family. For that, I'll be rereading House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas, which are following which second book in Crescent City series, in which are following Bryce, who is half fae, half human, and her best friend was killed 2 years ago, and now there's a string of murders similar to the ones that happened when her best friend was killed, but the guy they thought did those ones is in prison, so they ask tries to help them because she has a personal connection to the first murders. Then we have a road trip with your enemy. Don't remember if this has a road trip, as in actual road trip, but it has flying. And that's Iron Flame, which second book in the Imperial series and sequel to Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. In that series, we're following Violet, who decided her entire life to become a scribe, but one day, after her father dies, her mother decides she would go to Dragon Riding Academy, where Violet isn't the best candidate for it because she has some chronic pain issues or chronic illness. I don't remember at this point. I think it's chronic illness. Then you have Summer Nights, Slow Burn, and for that I'll be rereading Felix Ever After by Kenson Calendar, and which following Felix Love, who is black, queer, and transgender, and he becomes the victim of transphobic bullying at school, and stuff goes from there. Then you have a training with a fictional man, and for that I'll be reading Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. And you have Adopt an Animal Companion, and for that I'll be reading Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. And you have Accidentally Share a Sleeping Bag. For that I'll be reading Spindle by Ken Johnson, which is the second book in her A Thousand Nights duology, I believe, or series, I don't remember, in which are following a couple characters in fairy tale retellings, and in Spindle, which is, I believe, Sleeping Beauty retelling, but don't quote me on that, or even Rapunzel. I don't remember. We're following a group of characters whose parents were worked had to flee their home country because of the law that anyone that no one can work with I don't remember the with what I believe yarn specifically, and slowly they start dying because not because when they continue to do the craft they fall sick and die, and our main characters have to go back to their home country to save the princess, and hopefully that will save them and their families. Then we have cows like nature on the cover. For that I'll be reading A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harrison, in which are following three sisters, Betty, Charlie, and Felice, whose family has been cursed, and women of the family cannot leave the island. And girls decide to break that curse because the middle sister, Charlie, wants to go on an adventure. Then we have Campfire, Fire on the Cover. For that I'll be rereading Half Baked by Sally Green, in which are following Nathan, who has been in a cage for a few years now and has to escape prior to his 17th birthday, because if he's half light witch, half black witch, and if he doesn't get light of the relative and 3 gifts on his 17th birthday, he might die. And just the heat way, or is it just spicy? For that I'll be for that I don't know what I'll be reading, but I put down The City of Brides by S.E. Chakraborty, in which I'm following Nafri, who works as a corner artist in Cairo, Egypt, and one day while doing one of her cons, she accidentally summons a jinn warrior who takes her then to the Wabad, which is of brass. And we have published in the summer month. I don't know what I'll be reading for this. Then we have literary walk, so to read a book while you go on to work. Then we have spell summer on the cover. I might be cheating with this because this literally has word summer in the title, and that's Summer Palace and the Other Stories by S.E. Packett, which is a short stories collection in her Captive Prince series. So, and I don't know what these are about. Then we have Manchester Summer Bob. So for this I'll be rereading This Is Ever so This Is Ever After by F.T. Lukens, in which are following the Chosen One and his friends after they defeated the enemy and what happens after. You have read a book in 24 hours, which is self-explanatory, and have try something new, read outside, and get crafty about the book. Then have borrow a book. I'll see what I'll be reading for this. Then have Magic the Sunset Tea Watch, and for that I'll be rereading I believe 4 or 5 of Food Wars by Yuzo Tsukada, Shunsaiki, and Yuki Morisaki, in which are following Soma, who works with his dad in their family diner up until the day when his dad comes and tells him he's going to close down the diner for a while and go to work with his friend, and send Soma to this elite cooking school, which and then we have the rest of the story. So this is it for this video. If you liked, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know my social media, my email, and some other stuff, and I'll see you next one.